Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Amana range ceramic terminal block kit. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the instructions, 2 mounting screws, 2 wire nuts, an L bracket, and the ceramic terminal block. The ceramic terminal block is where the stovetop elements plug into. The main reason to be changing it out is if the terminals inside have failed and the element isn't getting any power. In order to change out the ceramic terminal block kit, the first thing we have to do is take out the element and the drip pan. All you have to do is lift the element up and then pull it out. Once you have that out, you can grab the drip pan and lift it out and set it aside. Now that we have the drip pan out, we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screw that holds the ceramic terminal block to the mounting tab. Once you have it out, you can pull it out, and there's actually 2 ways that you can change this depending upon how much wire the manufacturer gave you. If you can only pull it out a short distance to where you can't cut off enough wire and then wire nut the new one in, you're going to have to lift up the top. If you have enough wire where you can pull it all the way out and actually change it right here, then you can do it here without lifting the top. We're going to show you how to change it if your wire is too short and you have to lift the top up. The ceramic terminal block kit is used on a bunch of different ranges, and the tops all come up a little bit differently. You might have some locking tabs, one on each side, that you have to release so you can lift it up, and you might have some arms in here that actually support it, like a car hood. In our case, we have to open up the door and remove a couple screws, and then we have to remove this heat shield because we have a self-cleaning stove. So we're going to open up the door so we can take out the 2 screws. There's a screw located on each side. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Once you have both screws out, we can close the oven door, and then we can lift up the cooktop and remove the heat shield. All you have to do is lift up on the top, and we're going to use a piece of wood to support it. Since our range doesn't have a support rod built into it, just want to carefully get it underneath there so your top is held while we take out the screws that hold on the heat shield. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take those out. As you're taking the last screw out, you want to make sure you support the heat shield so it doesn't drop down. Once you have the last screw out, we're going to lower the heat shield down and carefully move it out. Then we're going to push our support underneath the lip of the cooktop so it's supported better. Now that we have the heat shield out of the way, we have access to the terminal blocks underneath it. We can lift it up and cut the old one out. The instructions say to cut about 4 inches of wire off. That's because sometimes when they overheat, the wire inside goes bad. So you want to make sure you cut about 4 inches off. We're just going to take our wire cutters and cut both the wires. Once you have the ceramic terminal block cut out of the wiring harness, you can pull it out of the range. Here's the old ceramic terminal block next to the new ceramic terminal block kit. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. You want to make sure when you're looking this over that you read the instructions. It tells you how to use the L bracket if you have to attach it to your new terminal block because your flange is different on your old one. Since they give you a bunch of extra wire that you may not need and you don't want to have a bunch of extra wire underneath the cooktop, we're going to trim the new one off. When you cut the new wires off, you want to cut about 1 inch or so longer than the old terminal block that you cut out because you're going to lose some of the wire to stripping and putting the wire nuts in. Once you have them both cut off, you can use the wire stripper and strip off the ends. Once you have the wire stripped, you can cut off any of the extra insulation that didn't get cut with the wire cutters, and we can put it into the range. Before we put the new terminal block in, we have to strip the wires in the range, so we're just going to use the wire strippers and strip it off. Once you have both wires stripped, we can wire nut the new ceramic terminal block in. To install the ceramic terminal block, we're going to wire nut the wires together. It doesn't matter which one goes where. All you have to do is grab one each and use the wire nut to connect them together. Once you have the first one done, we can connect the second one. Once you have the wire nuts secure and you have a good connection, since we have a heat shield that we have to put on first, we're going to lift the terminal block up into place and attach it to the cooktop now. Once you have it in place, you can use your 1/4-inch nut driver to put the screw in. Now that we have it mounted, we can put the heat shield on. To put the heat shield on, we're going to carefully slide it in between the cooktop and the support. We're going to have to lift it up a little bit and move the support out so we can slide it behind. Once you have it in place, we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Once you have this top one in, we're going to go to the one on the other side so it's supported while we put in the rest. Now we can put in the last four. Once you have the heat shield installed, we can carefully lift up the cooktop and pull our support out. Then we can lower the cooktop down, and you have to make sure you center it up in the back, and then we can lower it down. Once you have the cooktop down, we can open up the door and put the screws in. Now we can put the drip pan back in. All you have to do is set it down into place so the opening is lined up with the terminal block. Before you put the element back in, you want to check the ends to make sure they're not burnt up from the old terminal block failing. There's a bunch of different elements out there, so you want to make sure you look up yours by your model number to make sure you get the right ones, because if you put the old element in with burnt up terminals, you could cause the new terminal block to fail prematurely. To put the element in, all you have to do is line it up with the terminal block and push it into place. Once you have the element in, you can plug the range in and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.